Okay, this is another administrative video. We're going to be talking about how quarterly auctions actually work. As you know, we have available inventory, which is just our products that you can buy now, or make an offer on. But our quarterly auctions allow live auctions. So if I click on auctions, right, I see the auction blocks landing page, and it says that the next auction is going to start in 16 hours, 16 minutes, and 39 seconds. That's all controlled in our admin panel. So this tab here shows me as an admin. And over in the admin panel, if I click on dashboard, just a quick note, we have when you log in as an admin, you may get routed to the legacy dashboard for asset resource. And if that happens, all the analytics are loading there. If that happens, then you just use this little sidebar panel and click on the auction block dashboard, and that'll take you back here. So once you're on the auction block dashboard, you go into settings, and there's this tab for auction gates. So auction gates control when the quarterly auctions take place. There's this drop down menu here that shows you which years that will display all the quarters. So right now we're in 2026. If you want to create a new year, you can. You just have to choose which year that you would like to seed into the database. I'm not going to seed any more years into the database. We've already moved up to 2028. So right now it shows that we've got Q1 through 4. If I look at Q1, that's what we're looking at here, saying that this Q1 auction is going to start in 16 hours. So as you know, we tried on Friday, and it didn't go so well. But those times are controlled here. So right now it says tomorrow, the 23rd at 10 a.m. from 11 a.m. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how to open up and alter the auction gate times. Now keep in mind, whenever you do that, it's going to keep a record of your email address as a user of the last person that altered a record. I believe whenever it's been freshly created by the system, it'll just say, hey, this was auto created by the system and no updates happen. So just leave it up to someone else to control these auction gates, because you can be hiding and showing an auction from a number of people waiting to see it happen. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how it works. So today is the 22nd. I'm going to say that, hey, right now it's 5:45. So I'm gonna say 5:46 if I can beat it before the clock changes. So 5:46, I want this thing to, or 5:40, yeah, 5:46. Um, well, actually, yeah. And then we're going to say that it's going to run from 5:47. If I can hurry up, PM. Yeah, and I've got to change this to PM too. Up now I've got to change it to 5:47. Sorry to make this video a minute longer than what it should have been. um, all right, so 5:47 to 5:48 p.m. You can change the wording on the messaging, but we'll get into that later. So I'm gonna save that. We've got to put like an icon into the success message. So now if I refresh this auction page, you'll see that it says 30 seconds until the next auction. And that also is going to be the case for the actual live auctions page. So we've got our dashboard and we've got our live auctions page. And what should happen is these items should just open right up if you have the latest timer. So even if you've been watching it for 3 days, it should open up. So we'll see if what I'm talking about is correct. Um, all right, so now we've got the auction open, and it says it ends in 1 day and 52 seconds. So that just lets me know that I messed up on my times in the auction gate. So yeah, and as you can see, I didn't change the day, so it's saying that it has a day and 1 minute. So we're gonna change that and refresh, because I don't pay attention to details when it comes to setting the times. So it says this auction is gonna end in 30 seconds. I want to show you something real quick in that 30 seconds though. Keep in mind, the auction itself has a time, and the auction quarterly auction has its own time. So although you might see an individual auction that has its when it ends, This is for the purpose of having staggered auctions. Now, of course, we're not going to have a minute auction, but this quarterly auction is going to close everything down in this site for live auctions in 5 seconds. But this is totally independent of this time. Hopefully that's not too confusing. So the gates are closed. The auction is over. Although that individual listing is done, it's still running in the background, but you can't see it, you can't use it, and that's all being handled by these auction gates. It's just like if you were at a play and you're an actor on stage, and you're performing, and then the curtains close and you're still performing. It doesn't matter if you're performing; the show is over. But that's all controlled in the manage listings section, which I'll talk about at another time. But we have to have auctions that end at different times because the requirements were to have staggered auctions in the beginning. So that's it for this video. That was just about quarterly auctions and auction gates. I'll get with you on the next one.